everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Mimi. I am the grandmama to 5 grandchildren and 1 due in September, so we'll make a total of 6. I have 1 girl and 5 boys. This channel was created to produce videos for my grandchildren to watch in the future. I share all of my recipes for soups and breads and desserts, and also my how-to garden. I just feel like it's really important for the future generation to know and understand the ways that we grew up with. So today I'm going to show you how to can your own homemade strawberry jam, just like this. So thank you for watching. If at the end, if you'll give me a like, thumbs up, I sure would appreciate it. Thank you. And now, how to make your own strawberry jam. Okay, what you're going to need is about 8 cups of fresh strawberries. These were from a local farm. They're going to need to be washed, capped, and then crushed. You're going to need sugar, a box of Sure-Gel Pectin. This is the brand that I like to use. You're going to need some canning jars. I have these little 8-ounce canning jars, jelly jars, and that's it. And the instructions are in the Sure-Gel box on how to do it. So let me get my jars all washed up. Oh yes, you will need a water bath canner, which is this one right here. But the first step is washing up all your jars and your lids. And then we're going to fill the canner with water, put it on the stove, get it boiling so we can sterilize our jars. So let me get that going and then I'll show you. Okay, I have 9 8-ounce jars in the hot soapy water with the lids. I'm going to wash those real good. And I'm filling up my canner with water, and I will put that on the stove and bring that to a boil. Okay, the recipe in the Sure-Gel box calls for 8 cups of whole strawberries. So this is 8 cups of strawberries, and I'm getting ready to cap those, and then we will crush them. Okay, to cap strawberries, all you need to do is take your knife and just pop off the cap. And then I just do a slice. Cap. Check over your strawberries. Make sure there's no rotten spots on them. Because if there is, you may want to get another strawberry, not use that one. You want nice, fresh strawberries. And just cut them in half. And I save the tops and give those to my chickens. They love them. Just checking everything for sand or spots. Make sure they're good and clean. Let's see if I can find one that had a bad spot on it. Yep, I found one. So if you have a strawberry like this that has kind of a rotten spot, you could try cutting that off. It looks good, so I can use that one. But definitely any strawberries that have mold on them or big, soft, mushy places, you do not want to use those in your jam. Okay, let me finish cutting these up and then we'll start mashing. Okay, now I'm going to take my smasher. This came from Pampered Chef. I'm really not sure what it's called, but I'm just going to crush these strawberries because the recipe calls for 8 cups of whole strawberries, and then after you crush them, it should be 5 cups of crushed strawberries. So let me get busy crushing them. While I'm doing this, I do have the canner with the jars in it sitting on the stove. It's getting ready to come to a boil. And then I'm going to pull the jars and get them good and sterile. You have a separate pot that you do sterilize your lids, and I'll show you how to do that. So you can see it's bringing the size of the strawberries down. So I'll keep crushing. You don't want great big strawberries in your jam. You want it to be able to spread nicely. It smells so good. Okay. Okay, here is the 5 cups of crushed strawberries and 7 cups of sugar. That is what the recipe calls for. You cannot skimp on the sugar or your jam will not set. Yes, that is a lot of sugar. So we're going to take our strawberries over to the stove and start the cooking process. Okay, we're at the stove and we're getting ready to pour into a saucepan our strawberries. 1 package of the Sure-Jell pectin, and a half a teaspoon of butter or margarine, and that prevents the foaming in the strawberries. So you're going to bring this to a boil, stirring constantly. Let me get my stove cut on. We're going to bring that to a nice roaring boil. Let me go grab my sugar. Okay, while I'm waiting for the strawberries to come to a boil before I add the sugar, I just wanted to show you I have my jars boiling. The hot water is starting to boil with the lids and the rings. I'll go ahead and set up to prepare ladling the mixture in the jar. So I've got a clean towel. I've washed my canning supplies. You will need a jar lifter. This lifts the hot jars out of the water. A ladle. This has a magnet on the end and you can reach into the boiling hot water and get your lids. And then this is what you use to put on top of your jar to pour your mixture so it doesn't run all down the sides. You can get these little canning kits where you get your jars, or you can order them online. So I'm waiting. It's starting to come to a boil right now, and when it's a nice roaring boil, then I stir in the sugar, stirring constantly for about a minute, and then you immediately start ladling the mixture into your jars. So I will bring you back when I'm ready for that step. Okay, I've poured all the sugar in, and now I'm just going to stir and stir and stir for about 1 minute, or until it comes back to a boil, and then you boil it for 1 minute. So a constant stir, making sure nothing's sticking on the bottom, and there's no big sugar clumps. Okay, this took about 10 minutes to get this back to a good boil. So now it is, and I've set my timer for 1 minute, and stirring constantly. You let this cook for 1 minute. Okay, it's all ready to start putting in jars. So I've stirred it really good. Let me go ahead and get my first jar out. I do these one at a time. And you just grab a ladle of the strawberry jam mixture and pour it in the jar, and you leave about 1 inch headspace at the top. Then you take a clean paper towel, you wipe around the lid really good, make sure there's no seeds or any sugar or anything like that on the lid. And then you get one of your lids that have been sterilizing, put it on top, and then put a ring on. And these are really hot. Just fingertip tight, not real tight. And then we're going to set it there, and then we put them all back. Okay, all of the jars are ready to go back in the canner, and they will process for 10 minutes. So the water's still boiling in the canner. I'm lifting the whole rack up, setting it carefully down in the canner. You want to make sure that your water is covering the jars. And then you set your timer. After the water comes to a good boil, you set your timer for 10 minutes. This is called water bath process. So here is the jars. You're going in, and the water's beginning to boil. So I will set my timer for 10 minutes. Can you hear that popping? That means the jars are sealing on top, and you listen for that. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 jars. I'm just going to tap the water off the top. They're real hot, but you take them out of your rack and you set them on the counter on a towel to cool. I set mine kind of close together so that they cool slowly. And then once they're cooled and they're sealed, you check your top of your jar, run your finger across the top. Looks like all of mine have sealed. And if that is down, then it's sealed and you don't have to worry about it anymore. If it did not seal, you could take the lid off, wipe it down, try it again in the water, or you could just put it in your refrigerator and eat it right away. But looks like all of mine sealed. So there is 9 jars of homemade strawberry jam. It's not hard, and you can do that with any fruit. Peaches, apples, pineapple. Isn't that pretty? And in each Sure-Jell box are the printed instructions exactly how to do what I just did. And I always follow those directions. You always measure, carefully measure, make sure you're using the right amount of sugar. If it calls for lemon juice, you make sure you put the lemon juice in it. But it has jam and jelly recipes. You've got mint, grape, currant, cherry, blackberry, plum, strawberry, peach, pear, plum, blueberry. So that's it for today's video on how to can strawberry jam. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up or a like and let me know what your thoughts are, or if you've canned jelly before. Thank you and have a great day.